Hey everybody! Today we're going to be making popsicles. So this video will be how to make popsicles at home. Tomorrow, which today, whenever this video goes out, we'll be doing a popsicle drive-through. Woohoo! And so we'll give away all of the popsicles that we make today. So we have 125 popsicle molds. So plan to be there and bring some friends. So we have 5 recipes that we're going to do today, and of course gloves, safety first. So first we're going to start out with Dole Whip popsicles. So where are my Disney fans at? Woo-hoo. So in this bowl we have Cool Whip or whip topping, whatever you fancy. So we're going to mix that up, and you want to make sure that it's melted and not clumpy, because since it is going to go in the popsicles, you don't want chunks in your popsicles. So we're just going to kind of smooth that out a little bit. And then, so 8 ounces of Cool Whip. And then we're going to do 20 ounces, and they come in a can of crushed pineapple. Here's your can for reference, crushed pineapple. So I'm going to grab my crushed pineapple, and you're just going to dump all of that in there, juice and all. We're going to try to get it all out. There we go. And then you're going to mix that up a little bit just to kind of get it incorporated. And then you're going to sling a little bit across the room too. And just kind of mix it up a little carefully, because then you won't get it across the room. And so we're going to mix that up in there. Then it'll look like that. Try not to spill it. Next, we're going to do some lime juice. So we have this lime, so we're going to squeeze that juice in there. Get all of that lime juice in there. And then, so we're going to use a whole lime, so we just cut it in half. So that one had a lot of juice in it. Squeeze all of that in there. All of that in there. Okay, get us some paper towels. Don't worry, we have our behind the camera, Brooke Adams, amazing Brooke Adams. So, oh, thank you. So, we're going to do that. And then, last but not least, 2 tablespoons of sugar. So I'm going to grab our sugar from right here. So 2 tablespoons. So 1 and 2. So 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then that's everything that the recipe calls for. So then we're just going to mix it all up, make sure it's all good and mixed together. And this one will have the pineapple chunks in it, so that'll be a good little surprise in your popsicles. Alright, so after you finish mixing, this will be your next step. So we've got this kit off of Amazon. Comes with this funnel. Pops open, pops close. Here's the funnel. And then it came with these little bags so that we could bag up our own popsicles. So it has your fill line, everything. So then the funnel can just fit right into the popsicle molds. This was the one that we got, Pure Pop. So that one is super good. You can freeze these, and then you can put about anything in them. On the back it says ice, juice, popsicles, anything. All right, and that is popsicle number 1. So that is the Dole Whip popsicle. So there you go. All right, so this one is popsicle number 2. So we're gonna put the recipe right here if it'll fit. And then, okay, so this one will be coconut lime popsicles. So, yum. So first, it calls for a can of coconut milk. So coconut milk, I'm gonna throw that in. And we already have 1/4 of a cup of honey in here. So we already have that in our bowl. So we're gonna pour in the coconut milk, add that to the honey. And then it calls for lime zest and 1/4 of a cup of lime juice. So both of those are already in this cup. So we're just gonna pour that in. And that's all that one calls for. So we're gonna mix it up and get all that honey incorporated into it. We don't want all the honey at the bottom. So we're just gonna mix that up. Give it a good mix. Spill some more if you want. Or grab a whisk. That would probably work better. So, whisk that up. And then that one is done. So that's what that one looks like. I can't really show you because it'll, pour out. But that's what that one looks like. So that is popsicle number 2. All right, so it's time for popsicle number 3. So again, recipe will be somewhere over here, over there. So we already have some milk in the bowl, and we're gonna put 2 more of these. So we'll have a total of 2 2/3 cup milk. We're just gonna pour this in and pour this in. And these will be our Fudgesicle pops. So once we do that, we're gonna do 1 container of chocolate fudge jello. You can get just regular chocolate, but we got the chocolate fudge because that one sounded better. And you gotta make sure it's instant pudding. And it'll say it down here in the corner. So instant pudding chocolate. And then you're just gonna pour all of that in. Make sure you got all of it. And then you're just gonna whisk all of that together. So it's gonna be like you're making pudding, but you're making popsicles. They're gonna be fudgesicles though. So we're just gonna mix all of this together. You wanna make sure you get all your powder incorporated. Make sure you don't have any chunks. So you scrape down the sides and keep on mixing. And then you'll pour it in your molds, and that'll be popsicle number 3.
Hey everybody, all right, change of scenery, my turn. All right, for popsicle number 4, we're gonna do the orange banana smoothie popsicle. The recipe, right here. All right, we're gonna start off with 1 container of plain Greek yogurt. I'll plop that down in here. We just went with the little Chobani containers because they were easy. Next on the list is 2/3 cup of thawed orange juice concentrate. All right, I need a 2/3 cup. I think it's in sync. 2/3, 1/3, it's 1/3. All right, while we wait on that, we are gonna go ahead and add 2 large bananas with our lime zest. That is in here. We have mashed those. Add that to our recipe here. Nothing fancy. We just mash those up real quick. All right. 2/3 cup of thawed. All right. A little bit extra. That's okay. Next on our list is 1 tablespoon of fresh lime juice. Squeeze that in here. Be careful of any cuts or scrapes. That would hurt and tingle. All right, I think half a lime should do it. All right. Blend that all up real good. Mix until well combined. All right, that is popsicle number 4, the orange banana smoothie pop. All right, recipe number 5. We have our pumpkin pie pops. That recipe is right here. Okay, ingredient number 1 is 1 cup of pumpkin pie puree. This is not pumpkin puree. You do not want the pumpkin pie puree, okay? Because we are going to be adding our own spices into this. All right. So be sure it's just pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie puree. All right. Next, we are going to add 1 packet of instant vanilla pudding. Pour off that powder down in there. Next, we have 1.5 cups of milk. Okay. Next ingredient, it calls for roughly 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. All right. Might seem like a lot, but it's going to spread out throughout this recipe and be delicious. Now we're going to mix until combined. And try to break up as much as that pudding mix as we can, as well as the pumpkin puree. All right. That comes together very quickly and very easily. All right. Now we're going to pour in to our little containers, our little Ziploc pouches, and that is the pumpkin pie pops. Hey, bonus pops. All right, we had some frozen strawberries, so we're going to use those. This is probably about 2 cups frozen strawberries. I'm going to add in 1 banana. Add, let's say, about 2 tablespoons of honey. Sweeten the deal a little bit. Okay. All right. Now we're going to use our immersion blender to mix this up. Okay. You can put this in a normal blender, whatever you have. Honey's making everything sticky. Alright, so we have everything nice and blended. And now we're going to put them into our pop containers.